Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants Jadon Sancho, Rafael Varan and another big signing this summer. Jadon Sancho to Manchester United is close. Sancho expects to complete a move to Man United this summer. He says we are ready to launch a bid in the region of 65 million to 75 million pounds for Sancho. Jadon Sancho's representatives are confident that Sancho will join Man United in the summer. Manchester United are the favourites to sign Sancho. Dortmund want around £85 million. The Manchester Evening News said not so long ago that Sancho is pushing for a transfer out of Borussia Dortmund. Earlier on this season, Borussia Dortmund confirmed that they've got a gentleman's agreement with Sancho over a possible transfer. Manchester United could use Jesse Lingard to buy Jadon Sancho because Dortmund want Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard obviously wants a permanent move away from Manchester United. He's out on loan with West Ham at the moment and he's made an impact since he's gone out on loan to West Ham. West Ham obviously want him permanently. The reason we loaned Lingard out in January is because he got frozen out of our squad. Chelsea are also interested in Sancho. Bayern Munich recently entered the race. Liverpool were in for him, but they're no longer in for him now. I'd be very delighted if Man United signed Jadon Sancho because he would dramatically improve us. He would assure us goals. He's also good at creating chances, and I'm very convinced he would exceed expectations in the Premier League, and he's got a very, very good relationship with Marcus Rashford because he talks to Rashford a lot. Earlier on this season, Dortmund admitted that they'll sell Sancho for the right price this summer, and Dortmund's CEO did reveal that the club will discuss exceptional offers for the winner. Sancho's preference would be to go to a team playing in the Champions League. Obviously, we've got Champions League football guaranteed for next season. Fabrizio Romano said that Sancho would be 100% happy to join Man United because he did mention last summer that Sancho was keen on a move to Man U. Last summer, he was our number one priority target. Sancho to Man United last summer was extremely close because obviously the personal terms had been agreed, the agent fees had been agreed, and even a contract had been agreed. The reason we didn't get him is because we was reluctant to meet Dortmund's 108 million valuation. We was only willing to pay so much up front. Dortmund made it clear to us last summer that we had until the 10th of August to sign the player. We obviously missed out on that deadline, so he remained at Borussia Dortmund. This has been his fourth season at Dortmund, and analysing the vast majority of his career at Dortmund, he's been very consistent. He's got a contract with them until 2023. Dortmund paid just £8 million for him from Man City back in 2017. Now, Rafael Varan, Real Madrid wants £60 million for Rafael Varan. He recently said Man United are set to make a £40 million bid, but that's obviously 20 million less than what Real Madrid want. The Manchester Evening News recently said that Man United were holding exploratory talks with Rafael Varan as he considers his future at Real Madrid. Liverpool have recently held talks. Earlier on this season, it actually said that Chelsea were the favourites to sign him, and Chelsea were prepared to meet Real Madrid's 61 million asking price. He said earlier on this season, though, we'd been handed a boost in our pursuit of Rafael Varan because it said Real Madrid were closing in on the signing of David Alaba from Bayern Munich. Rafael Varane's contract talks with Real Madrid have stalled. His current contract expires next year. Eduardo Inda, the Spanish transfer expert, said earlier on this season that Rafael Varane could be on his way to Man United in the summer. Earlier on this season as well, it said that Real Madrid are prepared to sell Rafael Varane on one condition: he must inform Real Madrid on his decision to leave. We was in for Rafael Varane 10 years ago. The main explanations I take him at Manchester United is because he's a world-class centre-half. He'd complement Harry Maguire in our back line. He's highly experienced. He's got a good pedigree as a player. You know, he's won 18 major honours at Real Madrid, and he would exceed expectations in the Premier League. He hasn't played in the Premier League yet. Rafael Varane has been a long servant at Real Madrid. He's been with them for like 10 years now. He's made over 300 appearances in all competitions, and Real Madrid paid just €10 million for him from Lens back in 2011. We are still in search for a centre-half, despite Eric Bailly signing a new contract not so long ago. Not so long ago, I give you the news on Jules Conde from Sevilla. Damasio came out and said that Man United made contact with Sevilla regarding Jules Conde. He said he's top of our wish list, and Sevilla have requested €65 million. Said a few weeks ago that Sevilla will accept around £52 million for him. Jules Conde's release clause is around £78 million. And he's got a contract with Sevilla until 2024. I would take Jules Conde at Manchester United because his performances for Sevilla have been very, very good. He's been at Sevilla almost 2 years. Sevilla paid £22 million for him from Bordeaux in the summer of 2019. Earlier on this season, it said that Sevilla's asking price was £68 million. Fabrizio Romano spoke about it. He said Sevilla's £68 million asking price is complicating a deal, but he did say that he's one of the most appreciated players on Man United's radar. Says was prepared to pay around £61 million for him earlier on this season, but yeah, he would go very well alongside Maguire in our back line. Now, I want to delve into some news on Paul Pogba. Man United could sell Paul Pogba for just £55 million in the summer transfer window. Now, earlier on this season, it said that Man United will offer Paul Pogba a new £400,000 a week contract. It said Paul Pogba is demanding £500,000 a week. I think Mino Raiola, his agent, is demanding wages of £400,000 a week for his client to stay at Man United. He said earlier on this season that Man United will sell Paul Pogba in the summer transfer window if he doesn't sign a new contract. Paul Pogba's current contract expires next year. Earlier on this season, we triggered that 1 year extension on his contract. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer obviously wants Paul Pogba to stay. He said earlier on this season that Paul Pogba's future lies at Man United, and Solskjaer hopes that he signs a new contract. And he said our players would be devastated if the club decided to sell Paul Pogba in the summer transfer window. Mino Raiola has done a lot of talking throughout the course of this season. Now, he did say not so long ago that Pogba wants to win trophies at Manchester United or another top European club. He says Paul Pogba's future is still in doubt, and he spoke about Eden Hazard and Paul Pogba swap deal. And earlier on this season, Mino Raiola said he doesn't give a fuck if he doesn't take another player to Man United as long as his clients are happy. And he did criticise Sir Alex Ferguson, and I presume all United fans were infuriated with Mino Raiola for criticising Ferguson. But he did say earlier on this season that he's got no intentions of destabilising his client's season, and he made an admission saying that he's working quietly on Paul Pogba's transfer to avoid offence. Because Mino Raiola doesn't have a good relationship with Man United, and he has been heavily criticised. He made the announcement back in December last year regarding Paul Pogba. Ole was furious with Mino Raiola's announcement because it was just before the game against RB Leipzig in the Champions League. Pogba has had a long-running transfer saga. He's been relentlessly linked to a move to Real Madrid. PSG have been in for him. Barcelona have been in for him. And his former club Juventus have been in for him. I said there's a very good chance he will go back to Juventus if he leaves in the summer, because Pogba endured 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Manchester United. As it stands at the moment, Pogba's our most expensive signing because we paid £89 million for him, and this has been his 5th season at the football club since he rejoined. But we have been getting the best out of him in recent months. He does bring creativity to the team, and recently we've been playing him in more of an advanced role. We need to keep him in that advanced role because that's where he's more effective. I'm not too keen on Pogba in a deeper role. Earlier on this season, he had a thigh injury. He was out for the first part of this season with an ankle injury, and he was out for the vast majority of last season with an ankle injury. And earlier on this season, Pogba gave an exclusive interview to Sky, didn't he? And he criticised Jose Mourinho. He says Jose Mourinho went against the players, and he said Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is different. So, in that aspect, Paul Pogba is 100% Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in. Mourinho obviously hit back at Pogba's comments, and he just basically said, he doesn't care less what he had to say. But in the summer transfer window, Ole is going to focus on the incomings and the outgoings. Solskjaer's come out and said, he wants to make 3 world-class signings in order to make Manchester United challenge for the Premier League title next season. Solskjaer recently demanded more transfers because he said, we need to strengthen up if we are to challenge Man City. And I've already identified the areas in the squad where we need to strengthen up. It's not long now until the summer transfer window opens, and Solskjaer is aware of how big the summer transfer window is going to be for himself and Manchester United in general. The summer transfer window will be his 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. And Solskjaer's made it clear that he wants good backing, and he should get the backing that he deserves, because we've got John Murtough, he's our director of football. It was the right decision by the club getting a director of football in. We've got Darren Fletcher, he's our technical director, and we've also got Matt Judge, and obviously Matt Judge has been part of the club for a long time. Solskjaer has made very good progress. He's our best manager since Ferguson. Ollie does deserve at least another season at Manchester United. Next season is massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I think he is aware of that. Next season, Solskjaer has got to exceed expectations if he is to remain Manchester United manager. If it all goes wrong next season, then I think there's a very, very good chance that he will get sacked. And I'm very, very sceptical that Solskjaer is the long-term manager for Man United. But I hope he's the long-term manager, and I hope he succeeds as Man United manager. I presume there's a lot of Man United fans that are Ollie in, and they believe that he needs more time at the club. Obviously, there's been a lot of United fans demanding Ollie out, and he has been heavily criticised. Obviously, they've got their reasons behind it. But yeah, it's very, very imperative that Solskjaer gets the players that he wants to recommend in the summer transfer window. The Europa League is now our priority. It's not long now till we play Villarreal in the final. Villarreal are not world beaters, but they're no pushovers. It's Solskjaer's first major final as Manchester United manager, and it's our 8th European final. Solskjaer knows how imperative it is to get his first trophy on the board as Man United manager. We win the Europa League, that gives us confidence, and that gives us something to build on going on into next season. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. Solskjaer said the other month that winning trophies can be an ego thing. By the way, Solskjaer is positive that Harry Maguire will be back for the Europa League final. Harry Maguire's obviously got an ankle injury at the moment. He sustained it in our 3-1 win against Aston Villa. Solskjaer did say fears that he could be out for a few weeks, but he recently said Maguire's out for the season. He's a big miss for us because defensively we are shambolic without Maguire. We'll probably finish second in the Premier League this season. But there is a lot of positives regarding Solskjaer. I've got my concerns about him as well. He has been Manchester United manager now over 2 years, and this has been his second full season at the football club. Ollie's just got under a year left on his current 3-year contract. Earlier on this season, it said that he agreed a 3-year contract worth 30 million. It said it's likely to be 2 years with an option of an extra 1. We appointed Solskjaer in December 2018 to replace Jose Mourinho. and he's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. The club gave him the job permanently a couple of years ago, reflecting how well he did as the interim manager. But yeah, Ollie has brought consistency back to Man United. Solskjaer knew when he'd taken over at Man United it was going to be a massive job, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin. And you know what? I didn't expect him to do as well as he has done, so in that aspect, I am shocked. I really am. But I think with Solskjaer being a club legend, that's what saved him at Manchester United. Because we have endured very bad periods under Solskjaer where he's very close to being sacked. Solskjaer is inheriting players from other managerial eras, as you all know. Ollie is our fourth permanent manager since Ferguson. The three managers we've sacked since Ferguson was obviously David Moyes, we sacked him, we sacked Louis van Gaal, and we also sacked Jose Mourinho, and we're not even really known as a sacking football club, but in the last 8 years, we have been playing catch-up. I think mistakes have been made in the last 8 years or so, and that's why we haven't been as consistent as we'd like to have been. The board's been one of the biggest problems at the club for a long time, obviously because our recruitment's been poor, we're overpaid for players, and in general, the managers that we've had since Ferguson retired haven't got the players that they wanted to recommend in. We spent over £1 billion in the last 8 years, and we've brought around 37 players in since Ferguson retired. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, that's 8 years ago now. We've only won 4 trophies as well since Ferguson retired. That was the FA Cup under Van Gaal, and the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield under Jose Mourinho. That's if you want to count the Community Shield. But we're never going to be the team that we was under Ferguson. A lot of United fans predicted that it was all going to go wrong when Ferguson retired. Ferguson endured what, a 26-27 year tenure at Man United. He won 30 odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. So reflecting on that, he brought success to the club, but Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. But nah, no one's going to replicate what he did, and in that aspect, we've got to accept it. Man United are going to offload quite a few players in this year's summer transfer window, so in that aspect we'll generate money and it will help us with our rebuilding process. De Gea, good chance that we're going to offload him. Sergio Romero, good chance we're going to offload him. I think there's a good chance we'll offload Lee Grant. Brandon Williams, I think we should offload him. Diego Dalot, we're looking to get rid of him permanently. He's out on loan with AC Milan at the moment. Yeah, Pogba could still leave in the summer transfer window, but I hope he doesn't. You know, Matic, I think we're looking to offload him as well. Juan Mata, looking to offload him. A lot of Man United fans are saying that we need to offload Anthony Martial in the summer, because he's no longer good enough to represent Man United, and he has been out of form for the vast majority of this season, and Martial's out with an knee injury anyway at the moment. He's been out for a while. Ollie's hopeful that he will be back for the Europa League final. Andres Pereira, I think we're looking to get rid of him permanently. Lingard, as you all know, wants a permanent move away from Man United. So yeah, But he recently said the 10 players that Man United could offload in the summer transfer window. There's also a lot of players that are going to stay at Man United, potentially past the summer. You know, Dean Henderson will stay with us. He's got a long-term future at Man United. As you all know, Dean Henderson's now our number one. Luke Shaw will stay with us because Luke Shaw's been our best player this season, but he was dreadful against Liverpool recently. Harry Maguire will stay with us as well. I don't know how long for, but it will be potentially past the summer. Lindelof, I think he'll stay, but he's certainly not the long term at Man United because I've got my strong reservations about Lindelof. Eric Bailly, we obviously now know he's staying because he signed a new contract until 2024. There's an option of a further 12 months. I'm glad Eric Bailly's staying because he is a good centre-half. My only element of concern about him is injury prone. And Wan-Bissaka, he'll also stay. I reckon he's got a long-term future at Man United. You know, he's really, really flourishing his Wan-Bissaka. You know, recently he's showing a lot more attacking intent and he's getting into good positions and that. And defensively, he's always been superb. I think Donny van der Beek's going to be staying potentially past the summer, even though there has been rumours of him possibly leaving after just one season. But he said not so long ago that Man United will reject any offers for Donny van der Beek this summer. So reflecting on that, we are reluctant to let him go because Solskjaer has got big plans for him. He recently said that Roma were interested in Donny van der Beek and Jose Mourinho's ready to offer him an escape from Man United. Bruno Fernandez, of course, he'll stay with Man United. You know, Bruno Fernandez has made the difference in the team completely. Mason Greenwood will also stay. I reckon he's got a long-term future at the club. Rashford will also stay as well. And we know that Cavani is staying for next season because not so long ago he signed a one-year contract. That was confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. Daniel James, I reckon he's going to be staying as well. James is actually out with injury at the moment. Alex Telles could possibly stay as well. Possibly could leave though. Earlier on this season it said that Alex Telles has decided to leave Man United. And Calcio Mercato said that Juventus were interested and Juventus are willing to offer Adrian Rabiot in exchange for Alex Telles. So yeah. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, like, explore on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.